I think the bonnet conversation is much deeper than just saying you need to be presentable when you leave the house. Hey guys, welcome to Too Personal. I'm Joy Taylor. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you hit subscribe. Follow us on social at Too Personal Show. Ugh, I've been on the road again. I have been on the road. I am shooting a project, which we will be announcing soon. And I was in 6 cities in 11 days, 10 days. I don't even know.
It was a crazy run.
Crazy. And I feel like I understand what musicians go through. And like people when they're touring now and they like get up and they're like, what's going on, Cincinnati? And they're really in Milwaukee. It's like different day.
Not knowing what day it
different
was,
city.
what time
No
it is.
idea what day it is. It's wild. Very grateful, but man, like I've never missed my bed so much. Yeah. So I'm back temporarily. Like so much more to do. But there's been a lot going on the internets and in the world during that time. So Haley, what are we chatting about today?
Well, I want to get into the Black Panther casting. We love to talk about a casting on Too Personal. So they have casted who will be the son, right? So obviously we know Black Panther has moved
Son
on.
of T'Challa.
Yes, T'Challa. Everyone is they have opinions, as they always do. What really stood out to me is that Ryan Coogler had a secret meeting with who was playing the David Jonsson.
Yes, David Jonsson.
David Jonsson, who was playing the son, and he was like, he just knew. I think you have to remember that he had worked with the cast for years. He worked with the original Black Panther for years. So for him to be like, this is the perfect choice, I don't think it should be questioned. I don't think we should care this much. Why do we care this much? And this continues to be a pattern with these castings. It's like, it's not our job.
It's not our job. And look, Chadwick Boseman was a beloved actor. He did a fantastic job with Black Panther, which was a revolutionary film and wildly popular, obviously. But Ryan Coogler is the best in the world. Like he's brilliant. He knows what he's doing. This is his film. Like, relax. The casting outrage has really gone off the rails. Like from people being wildly racist to being angry about places that are not real places, fantasy castings. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sure that Ryan Coogler considered Damson for this. He wasn't going to get this role. He's just played a role in Children of Blood and Bone, which is a fantasy series. It's really gotten crazy. I understand everyone has an opinion about something, and everyone is entitled to their opinion. That doesn't mean that your opinion is right, and it doesn't mean that your opinion is valuable. And I'm sorry, but I value Ryan Coogler's opinion more than yours when it comes to the casting of the new Black Panther. And my opinion is it's better to cast someone who has experience, obviously, which David Jonsson does, but also is still a relatively unknown when you're talking about the entire scope of the entertainment business. Like, he's not a household name. He doesn't come in with expectations. They're not going to have to worry about building this into his already packed roster of projects. Like, it's a really good casting. He looks like him, and he also needs to be a young person. Like, it can't just be anybody. There's a time jump here that's already going to be dramatic when it comes to the storytelling. So just like let Ryan Coogler do his job. I'm sure you're great at your job. Ryan Coogler is a Academy Award winning director. He knows what he's doing. Please, like, the constant outrage about everything is exhausting. How are y'all not tired? I'm so tired. I'm so tired that even when I can't sleep, I just sit around in silence, like trying to heal my overstimulation. It's not that serious. I understand that this movie means a lot to people, but like, you don't know more than Ryan Coogler.
No.
And you're still going to go see this movie.
And he's a great filmmaker.
Great.
Like,
Great.
award-winning.
One of the best that we've ever had. And he sells tickets. People are going to go see this movie regardless of what you think about this casting.
Absolutely.
Ugh, it's exhausting.
Absolutely. This story is actually hilarious to me. Have you heard about the husband, the coworker, and the YSL gift basket?
Yes.
Oh.
If you are not chronically online, you may not have heard the story. So break the story down.
Okay. So a woman named Haleemah went viral. She said after posting that her husband won a premium YSL and Godiva gift basket at his company's 4th of July lunch. Okay. So instead of bringing it home, he handed it straight to a female coworker. The company then posted a photo of them together, which the wife saw, celebrating his generosity. She said the hurt wasn't about the makeup, it was feeling unseen. And so he gets home and he's like, what's the problem? Like, you're acting crazy. Like, she wanted it. I don't wear makeup. I'm a guy. Like, what am I going to look like taking this basket? And she's like, well, you didn't think of me at all? So here's my thing. I feel like it's so much deeper than the basket. They clearly have some underlying turmoil. And I think this was the cherry. Had that been you, and that was your husband, given the gift basket that he won to a coworker, it's not like this is some secret affair. How would you feel if you saw the picture?
So I agree with you. They have some other issues as well. And this was probably the cherry or the straw. But I when I saw this story, I was immediately brought back to the trauma of dreamers and like the way that they performance art for other people rather than pouring into the people that support them. Because her whole like thread about this really talked about like how much work she does at home and how like she supports him. And, you know, she just like, obviously your default should be bring this home to your wife.
Right.
Like you have a wife. It's not like this is his sister or his mom that's mad about this. You have an actual wife at home. Bring the gift basket home to your wife. If he was single, yeah, give it to your coworker. You don't use makeup, but you have a wife who, even if she didn't use makeup, would like a gift basket. That's your wife. And if she was like, oh, let's give it to your neighbor, whatever, that's her decision. It's the overlooking of your partner and then the performance art of taking the praise of being so generous and being so, you know, thoughtful for other people by giving the basket to the coworker that would piss me off. In times when I've been with dreamers, and what I mean by dreamers is somebody who's like, and I don't know what this man does. Maybe he's extremely successful. Who knows? But this was what I took out of it, out of my personal experiences, is that these type of people, they are totally cool with people supporting them and pouring into them. But when it comes time to pour back into their person, they're not evil. They're not toxic. They're not abusive. But it's like this thing they do where they're so willing to take credit for being a good guy, but they never step up and make sacrifices themselves. And I'm seeing this pattern a lot, like even in my personal life now with people around me, where this type of particular, and I'll just speak to men because I don't date women, so I don't know what women dreamers are, but male dreamers are these men who like always have this new amazing idea about how they're going to be successful and this empire that they're going to build and this new company that they're going to start and this new venture that they have. And it's never about the thing that they need to pour into. Like they have a good job or they have something already that they could build on, but it's just like not big enough for their ego. So they're always asking their partner to take sacrifices. They're always asking their partner to make sure that the bills are paid while they chase this dream. They're always putting everything on the people around them rather than just being a hard worker. And in their mind, they're hard workers because they're always doing something. But it's really just activity. It's not achievement. Now, I don't know what this man is. I don't know nothing about these people's lives. But that was like my own personal trigger because I've been with people like that who will just so happily step up and take the like good guy badge rather than pouring back into the person that is holding them up. And yeah, it will make you snap. And people will not understand it because they just see like the good guy. They don't see all
Right.
the things that you're sacrificing for them. And then when it comes time to be like, let me take this off you, I'm going to make a sacrifice, they never do.
Well, I think it kind of goes back to what we were saying the other week, where you got to communicate within your relationship. You cannot expect your partner to be a mind reader, although we love to do that, because he might just be living in bliss to an extent. I mean, he's a grown adult. I'm sure
I mean, not bringing it home to your wife is inexcusable in any way, shape, or form. Like, she's absolutely right to be mad about that. The other stuff with their relationship is something else, but there's no excuse for you not to bring that home to your wife. Like, there's just not. There's not.
And I know seeing that picture, I would have been like,
yeah, and I don't even think it was malicious. Like, it doesn't sound like it was like an affair or anything.
no.
I think it's just like the complete lack of consideration for the fact that you have a wife at home who would probably like a YSL gift basket.
Who wouldn't want a YSL gift basket?
Even if you don't wear makeup, like it's the principle of it. It's crazy. Like it's inexcusable. Even a healthy relationship, and I am not like a jealous or demanding person in relationships. I would be like, okay, so you just didn't think, okay.
Yeah, I'd be
But
pissed.
like I guess I'm considering you too much, obviously.
Right.
Like if this was your default decision in that moment.
I cannot.
I mean, listen, I was immediately triggered, and that's just what I took out of it. Like, I don't even know if that's their situation, but it's the taking of the picture and being praised as a generous man that I was like, ugh.
Well, even his supposed excuse where, well, I couldn't just look like a guy in front of my coworkers taking this basket. It's not for me.
You
What?
have a wife.
Praise your wife proudly. Oh, I'm going to
just
give it
be
to my
like,
wife.
oh my God, this is so exciting. My wife's going to love this. And everyone will be like, yeah, exactly. And then you sit your ass down and they go to the next raffle item. Like,
and nobody cares that much about you and who you have at home. And
no one cares. Nobody cares about you. I say this almost every day now. No one cares. Everyone is concerned with their own shit. No one is thinking about anyone else. They are not sitting around thinking about your YSL gift basket. They probably weren't even listening. They were just counting the seconds until this annoying work lunch was over.
Ugh, I cannot.
What would you do?
I'd be pissed. Well, do we know if the photo was posted in real time, like at the event, or was it after?
I'm not sure. Probably if she saw it. I mean, maybe it was just like on their work Facebook page or something. You know, they post those things.
Well, I'm screenshotting, like, where's my basket? Where?
I mean, now you
is that my basket?
Because you got to go back and go buy all the stuff that was in the basket.
Yeah, you better make a stop at the mall.
That was an expensive choice.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I would be pissed.
Let me just PSA. If my man ever gets a YSL gift basket, bring that shit home.
Do the right thing.
Bring
Do
it
the
home.
only thing there is to do. I love seeing the trends of girls asking their man what they would do, and their men are so confused. They're like, I would bring it to you. Like, what is there another part of the story I'm missing here?
There's no other option.
There's no other option.
Ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
Ridiculous. Okay, before we do this one, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Tuskegee?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say Tuskegee.
Tuskegee.
Okay. Alabama's HBCU, Tuskegee University.
Tuskegee.
I said it wrong again?
You said it right the first time.
Okay, hold on. HBCU.
Tuskegee.
Tuskegee.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to call it the college, okay? Because we... the university's president, Dr. Mark A. Brown, announced a strict professional dress code for the academic school year coming up. He's banning all casual items like bonnets, durags, mandates business attire for formal events, and empowers faculty to enforce the rules. So no bonnets, no durags, no bedroom slippers and house shoes. This is verbatim. No revealing outfits. Locations are in classrooms, dining halls, and official university spaces. Everyone's pissed. My question is, I feel like there might be a bigger issue than just the new mandate, because what were people coming to school dressed in that you felt you had to enforce this new policy. Was everyone just rolling out of bed in their bonnet and their slippers and their pajamas?
Yeah, I think it's really about the bonnet than anything else, because their former policy also listed durags, and it wasn't that much different than their new policy, but they did specifically outline bonnets. And so I think this is more about bonnet gate than anything else. But this has been a recurring conversation. Like one of those buffoons that President Dumpy Butt appointed, like put out a statement. I forget who it was, but basically saying like, stop wearing pajamas to the airport, like or suck my dick. Okay, I'll wear whatever the fuck I want to the airport. I'm paying thousands of dollars for this flight. If I want to show up in a fucking banana suit, that's what I'm gonna do.
I do like a good airport fit though.
I am gonna be comfortable on an airplane. Like I'm not gonna look crazy, because you never know who you'll meet in an airport. But
right,
I am certainly not wearing anything uncomfortable, like at all. I'll change when I get there, but I'm not sitting on a plane uncomfortable. Also, you have no idea how long you're going to be on these planes. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about bonnets. I think the bonnet conversation is much deeper than just saying you need to be presentable when you leave the house. There is this underlying constant conversation about Black women's hair and this respectability politics, showing up the right way, looking professional. And I push back on it because, particularly for college students, when we're talking about adults and what you look like in certain places, like, I really don't care. If your whole vagina isn't out, if I'm not seeing your reproductive parts, I really do not care. I'm busy. And it is what it is. Like, people are just out here trying to survive. But when it comes to particularly college students, which is the basis of this conversation, because it's at Tuskegee. When I was in college, and Haley, I don't know what you did in college, but when I was in college, I was a fucking hot mess. I was hungover. I was tired as fuck. I was chugging Red Bulls. I was working 4 jobs, doing an internship in the morning, going to classes, driving all around the city. Like, I don't remember ever getting ready for class. Maybe I did. I have no memory of it. I know I wasn't looking put together in class unless I happened to be coming from something where I was already put together. Getting to class and doing the work was the only priority that I had.
Yeah.
Now, did I ever wear a bonnet to class? No. But does that mean my hair was done? No. Who gives a fuck? I was there to get an education.
Yeah.
And I went to a private university. And before I was at that private Catholic university, I was an athlete. So I was definitely in sweats and slides every day. Sweatpants, slides. In high school, I wanted to sleep so much, I would sleep in my sweatpants that I was wearing to school. Because I was going to practice after that. Like, I did not get ready for school in high school. Like, maybe once a month, I would be like, I'm going to look cute today.
Oh, I was infamous for some hoop shorts, some high socks, some slides. I mean, played a bunch of sports, but still, I was so tomboy. I didn't. I'm telling you,
like, we were in durags, bonnets, bandana. Well, we didn't really wear bonnets. Bandanas, head wraps. Like, what? This whole obsession with presenting yourself a certain way when you're in public, guys, like, they're students. They're just trying to get an education. They're partying. They're learning how to be adults. We don't need to hold them to this insane standard. We have no idea what their financial background is, talking about you need to wear professional business. Are you handing out professional business attire to these students?
Right. Because that costs. I mean, I get it if there's like, it's presentation day in a course or you're going to an internship, but like,
sure,
when we're learning something and we're studying, like, just make sure they're there.
Let's make sure they're there. And it's like, there are bigger fish to fry. If we, and I got into this conversation on Threads, and I was and some educators were weighing in about it. And I was like, yeah, like, we get into these very passionate conversations about bonnets, but we don't have the passion. Like, while we're spending time and energy on that, it's not one or the other. But I would just rather spend that time and energy focusing on the institutional problems that we have. Haley, you and I have talked about how people can't fucking read. And that's what some of the teachers were saying. They're like, they show up looking crazy. They can't read. They can't write. Who cares? If you are a genius, you can show up in sweatpants. Okay? I promise you, these white boys in these, I don't even want to say boardrooms, in their houses on Zoom are in sweatpants.
Absolutely.
Now, they're white boys, so they can get away with that. I understand that more than most, okay? But give me a break. Explain to students that when you go out into the workforce, you're not gonna be able to dress like this. If they can't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's common sense. But when you're talking about a classroom, like, just give me a break. I find this to be a real waste of energy. I find it to mostly be an attack on Black women and Black women's hair, which is the deeper part of the conversation. It's about like being presentable in white spaces, and I just like I really don't like it. Like there's so many different angles to this, and I do get that you are raising young people to be, to go out into the workforce. But like, just make it to class. I liked this guy's Dr. B.F. Palmer on Threads. I screenshot it because I wanted to read it. College students are adults. College are communities of adult scholars paying for access to professional scholars. College administrators are organizational leaders, but generally too disconnected to be community leaders. College students should feel comfortable and safe within their community. The goal of a good college is intellectual growth and freedom, not social control. Durags and bonnets do not impede learning. Respectability equals professionalism equals white supremacy. I think he said it absolutely perfectly. That is the condensed version of how I feel about all this. And keep in mind, I am on the board of trustees of a private university that is majority minority students and a majority women students. So I don't care. If you are a student and you show up in a bonnet to class, get to class. Get to class. And when you graduate, you're not going to be able to wear your bonnet in your workplace. The end. Like, the end. That's common sense. There should be no confusion about that. And my priority is doing the hard part, which is getting people to get an education. Because in a time like this, where people don't read, where people think that education is a waste of time and money, when people celebrate stupidity and ignorance rather than intellectualism and learning, the bonnet is not my concern. And I speak from a place of someone who looked like shit in class, went to class, graduated with honors, has poured into academia, both physically, personally, emotionally, and with my time and energy. This is just not a conversation that I think is helpful. And again, I think it's mostly a directed attack on Black women's hair.
Yeah.
I mean, what did you wear to class?
Probably some sweatpants, leggings, hoop shorts. My hair was infamous bun on the top of my head, always. My edges were not laid, like little frizzy edges. Just
no makeup.
No makeup.
Probably no moisturizer because we didn't believe in that back then.
Nope. I mean, I didn't stink.
Yeah, washed.
I was
clean, showered. But yeah, I mean, let's just get to class. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it is a helpful, progressive conversation. And people spend a lot of time and energy going back and forth on this and not about the root of the problems that are really affecting young people
too much noise
in this country. It's too much noise. Okay, now it's time for Never Too Personal. I really love this one. If you want to be a part of the show, toopersonalpodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us at Too Personal Show. This one is, do you have any fond memories of your time in radio? I love this question because I love radio and I loved my time in radio. And I'm still on radio. Urban One Radio. You can listen to me every day on Urban One Radio for the Daily Play with Joy Taylor. But I love radio. I started in radio when I was in college at Barry University. I find it to be such a fun platform. It's really what podcasts, like traditional audio podcasts are, but just with a live format. It's just like, to me, podcasts are just the evolution of radio. But I always loved radio growing up because it was a theater of the mind. Like a really good radio show brought you into the room with them and made you kind of feel part of their hang. And it's what made me want it to be a personality over a reporter or a traditional host. Just to have a little kiki and a chit chat is one of my favorite things to do. And a great show made you feel like you were doing that with your friends. And my favorite time in radio was with Zaslow, with Jonathan Zaslow in Miami at the Ticket. And to this day, I still have people all over the world stop me and talk to me about my time in Miami radio with Zaslow. It was a great show. It was the show that launched my career, that refined me as a personality, that gave me the confidence to be a personality, to speak my mind, to make mistakes, to say things that I, didn't stand on a month later, which is the process of, being a pundit and doing research and being funny and being vulnerable. And we did an amazing show. It was such a fun time. It was such a family. And that was over 10 years. Over 10 years ago. And people still stop me and talk to me about that show. And it's always really special because it was a really, really a special show. Like, it shaped my career. And also obviously my time with Colin. Colin, obviously we did a television show, but it's a simulcast radio show. And a lot of people listen to us on radio. And those 3 years were crazy, fun, scary. It was part of it was during COVID. And we really developed as a show and as personalities, and I really enjoyed it. So radio is something that gave me a career, and I'm really grateful for it. And I have a lot of fond memories from it. So great question. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to be part of the show, twopersonalpodcast@gmail.com or DM us at twopersonalshow. And make sure you hit subscribe. Follow us on social at twopersonalshow. And we'll catch you next time.